Now, coping with being made redundant is hard enough, but then having to pick yourself up and get back on the job seeker treadmill is even worse, especially if you haven't had to do it for years.
But before you rush off to send out your CV, there are many questions you need to ask yourself. Now is the time to find out what are your strengths and what are your weaknesses. You never know, you might find that an entirely different career path will open up to you, as was the case with Dervla Wyley.
Whatever about being redundant, in one of your former jobs, you were the person who had to let people know that they were being let go.
I would have been involved in the redundancy process, yeah. So I knew it was nothing personal, it's just business. So it didn't affect me the way it would have affected other people. So the first time I got made redundant was 2001.
Redundancy came knocking on your door twice more, though,
yeah,
in the years that followed. Tell us about that. 2006,
I was working with Smart Telecom at the time, and again, you know, 250, 300 people were being let go. I worked for the main guy, and when he goes, you go. That's just the way it went. I ended up working for a company that actually rented space out of the Smart Telecom building.
Right.
So I actually had to go back into the building, but working for a different company.
Okay.
And then within a couple of months.
So made redundant twice from the same building.
So at that stage, it was comical. It was like, this just isn't for you. But I had, in the background, I suppose I had been gearing towards, I must have known on some level that I was working towards a different career. I had been very sick in my 20s in software. I'd done very long hour work. I was out an awful lot, working out 9 days a week. Everything was excessive, and I would have gotten one of those mystery viruses. I would have been out of work for a couple of months. So I started looking into holistic stuff in my early 30s, and then after the second virus, I found T.B.M as a therapy, total body modification, and within 3 sessions of that. Now, I went through a lot of holistic therapies, don't get me wrong. It wasn't just a one-side. It was like looking for a job. You had to find the right one. But within 3 sessions of T.B.M for me, my blood results were normal.
Was it difficult to set up this business?
It took a long time. It's 2.5 years now, and it's only now it's fully set up. So I actually approached my social welfare officer down in Dún Laoghaire, which was my local office, and he was brilliant. So I'd been paying PRSI for 20 years. I'd built up all of these credits, and they give you training for your credits. So he suggested I do a Start Your Own Business course. So I did that with Dún Laoghaire Rathdown Enterprise Board, and that was a couple of weeks course. And it was brilliant, and you met like-minded people, and you did it part-time. And I also got involved with the mentoring service down in Southside Partnership, again in Dún Laoghaire. And they suggested what you do, and from a tax point of view, what you need to do, and they suggested I set up as a sole trader.
You practice here at home.
Yeah.
And what you're doing is hugely beneficial for children with autism. Different
healers get different types of people. I get, predominantly the people I get are young children. And yeah, there's a number of special needs kids that I have. I worked with them first from a T.B.M point of view, from Reiki, and gradually detoxed the toxins out of the system, and those kids are now completely normal. Yeah, I mean, they're back in normal schools. They're as normal as any children are, you know. Yeah. I did my first collection of paintings from December '07 till July of last year. I wanted to work with a charity. I wanted to deal with the paintings in a different way. There's other painters who deal with it as in they do a painting, a piece of art, and that's it, they sell it on, it's gone. I didn't want that to happen. I wanted my art to be accessible. If somebody can't afford one of my paintings, wouldn't it be nice if they could get a print or a postcard or a card or whatever, you know? And that's the way I wanted to go with it. That client, he said, he recommended again Autism Ireland or Generation Rescue.
You say that the recession has been the kick in the arse that the country needed.
In some ways, yeah. For me, I turned it into a positive, and it's like Irish Rail, you're not there yet, but you're getting there. You know what I mean? You just have to keep going.
And career consultant and author of Redundancy, A Development Opportunity for You, Brian McIver, joins us now. Good to see you again, Brian.
Morning. How are you today?
Dervla rebranded herself.
Yes.
But she kind of knew what she wanted to do. Well, which is a good starting point.
Very much. Well, she had an unfortunate starting point because she'd all this bad health. Yeah. And sort of bad health, some people would say, is a manifestation of a crisis. And it was like sending a signal to her. I think she says in the newspaper article, look, you're in the wrong place. Here's a notice saying, go elsewhere. And I think out of that then she exploited the interest that she had in health. But, you know, at the later stage, what she's done is